G'day, how you going? Rod Iverick here from Price of Wealth. I'd like to talk a little bit today. I hope you're all doing well uh, wherever you are and whatever part of the world you are this morning, this afternoon, tonight. Um, you could probably see it, what I'm going to talk about. Uh, and that's the hero's journey. Um, Campbell, I think, is one of the authors. There's a few different authors that should be paid respect to, where it came from. And however, I'm just to talk about uh, uh, part of the hero's journey. And how it's applied in our lives. And what examples you'll see with the hero's journey. We'll sort of look at uh, starting in the um, what might be a call to adventure. For whatever drives us, whatever passion we've got, desires that we've got, we're called to an adventure somewhere or another. And this talks about a supernatural aid, threshold guardians, and this is all in amongst about what we know, uh, and we then go to a position of or a threshold of the unknown, and that's hence the beginning of transformation. So we tend to be able to get helpers and resources of people and things that help us along the way for our team, whatever happens to be our particular destination goal or desire. And then usually we're finding a mentor, and we go through a number of challenges and temptations that a mentor often helps direct, and we get to a point halfway through the hero's journey where it's got it here as revelation, abyss, death, and rebirth. That's symbolically, of course, is what it's talking about, and uh, what it really is, it can be just a challenge, just a complete challenge that gives you a massive setback that then gives you conviction to transform into the person you need to be to achieve the goal that you set out to do um, on your original call to venture. And there's quite a number of things that definitions that if you read the book, it then goes on to atonement, um, and you're getting now to the point where you have learnt what it is that you needed to learn to achieve the goal, and you are now going into the known part of the return of where your hero's journey is complete. Now, many movies um, and storylines work on this hero's journey. So many plots been written by this journey, this system of journey that we all seem to be doing, and at all different levels at different times, and knowingly and unknowingly, both that can happen knowingly and can also be happening whilst you're not fully aware of it. It takes a little bit to be aware yourself. If you are traversing, which I believe we all are traversing on this hero's journey on a continuous, and it's just a matter of whether you're aware of that you are, and where you are on any one particular goal, desire, dream, or um, something that you really have decided that you want. Um, so in relation to the price of wealth, as it's called, and if you call that, if you have that as a call to adventure, is to either increase your wealth or um, certainly start on the path of wealth creation. All right, you you would be, the call to adventure is similar in that you're going to go to back up here is to a supernatural aid, a threshold guardians, and the beginning of transformation. And this is where you've decided that whatever it is that you're doing right now isn't working or isn't getting you the result that you're really after. All right, so you got to do something different. All right, and for the people that have decided to do something else, to do something and make changes, that's what is more than likely going to take. Because doing the same as what you've done before is going to give you the same result, and hence you might be thinking, hey, I might want to change my result, and that automatically goes, I may have to make some changes. All right, and then comes a part of into the unknown where you start to seek helpers, helpers and mentors that have been on the path or made the had the results that you're looking to do, and get some guidance from them, and keep you focused, because you see, as soon as you hit, as soon as you take aim of a goal or a desire, um, obstacles are going to jump in the way, and that's where this part of the hero's journey talks, talk directly to the challenges that and temptations of going off path or off direction or off focus, if you like, to your goal, and that's automatically comes with as soon as you set that goal, and it then takes courage to push through to find out what is some false evidence appearing real, which is part of your challenges and temptations. So oftentimes we go on what we think from our fear. That's where the acronym fear it comes into is that things that we think are real that are not, and in going with mentors and helpers that already know that they're not, and you taking faith in them and going the path to then find your own truth and realize and come to the realization about your own truth of what it teaches you just by challenging, taking on the challenges, and maybe getting to a point where you do have a setback, and then become really convicted to getting your goal, desire, dream. And of course the rest is transformation, atonement, of going forward from the unknown where you become experienced at that particular task. And this is done by, hundreds, if not thousands, of items that are for what it takes to move through to higher levels of wealth. I hope this has been interesting. You can, I certainly, my source has been that I've learnt this from Chris Howard and Chris Howard's Academy of which I'm a student and member, uh, and I am forever grateful to him because he is one of my what you call mentors and coaches, right? So that's where I first found the story um, where I hadn't actually heard it before. Um, and that's quite amazing because you think, oh, you may have you come across things before, and not necessarily so. It just depends on uh, the mentors and helpers that you put yourself um, uh, close to, and that really only happens when you have a call to adventure where you really decided to um, take on a desire, dream, or a goal. Um, and then, of course, the resources of what you need really then um, ask, you need to, you automatically ask the question, oh, the people or resources what I need to be able to get that goal done. I hope that's been interesting for you this today, and um, please subscribe to the channel, and uh, we'll pull up there and enjoy the rest of your week, and see you on the next one.